Let me share this out. All right, let's get into it. Putting some noise on in the background. I have to tell y'all what I just did. And it's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Share some hauls with you, mini hauls, and then we'll go from there. Put that one there. Let's see here. What do I want to put on?
People do NDAs, and this was not any type of an effort to corrupt the election. And even to influence the election, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what a democracy is all about.
Yeah, I mean, Jill, it does feel. I mean, it is a conspiracy case, and I'm glad that you brought up the fact that
All right.
it's not a hunch, but it's a conspiracy case, like Nixon case. It's also a group.
All right. I see somebody is in. Just trying to find me something to watch. I'm usually watching something on Netflix or YouTube or something like that while I sew. Some people listen to music. Some people, hi Eric. Some people like the quiet. I'll talk about my sewing haul in a little bit, but not right now. All right, so I am actually going to be taking a stab at a pair of gloves. I think, although now I do have fat fingers, but these look a little fat. So I'm testing it out to see. First of all, though, I need to test out my stitches. Um, see how the stitching is going to behave. I need, oh, there my scissors are there. All right, so let's see how this is going to behave. 'Cause my machine, this has been acting a little silly lately. Let's see. So far, so good. I'm not having any problems out of it. All right, let's see. Okay. Well, so far, so good. This is just a piece of scrap fabric. I'm just testing it out. Okay. All right, so we're going to see how this is going to work now. I work with my gloves here. All right, I need something to hold my little fingers together. So I'm going to use my small clips. So welcome to those of you that are coming in. If you want to, tell me who you are and where you're watching from. And So I'm working on a pair of gloves. I'm actually working on a prom um, outfit, prom attire, prom outfit, um, prom get up, whatever you want to call it. Um, it's actually an eighth grade prom that I'm sewing for. I'm trying to just hold these fingers together, y'all. That's all. All right. So this is a test run on these gloves. I'm actually going to make these gloves out of this fabric here. This is a stretch sequin. The whole dress, the shoes. I don't know why I said shoes, Lord. The dress, the gloves, and the turban, little headband is what I'm going to make this out of. So, so when there's more of you on here for some familiar faces, I'm going to tell you what I did. I did something real crazy. And it's funny. But I can't do a thing about it now. Not one thing. It's quite funny. But I know I'm the only one that does crazy things. All right, this is just to help me to hold this together so it won't get all wonky. All right, here we go. Too much stuff around. I gotta make sure that the bottom is matched up. So I have to be real careful going around this curve here. So it's gonna get kind of slow here. Yeah, who that was. Take that out. Yeah, it's a tricky part. Although when you get around like the in between the fingers, you can kind of spread those out and keep stitching. It's just when you get to the tips of the fingers that you have to be really careful. Okay, so we're about to see how this is going to go. I don't know if you all can see that at all. Sound like I heard it pop. Almost around the corner. Now I know for sure that little thumb part looks real fat right in front of this. Alright. Okay, I might have to go back around that again. Oh, I knew it sounded kind of funny. Stitches are stitching crazy. Now it got all the way around here, all the way to the end. Then it wants to start acting silly. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep sewing, y'all. This is a test because I want to see how much I need to take these gloves in the fingers. Oh, now it's sewing straight. Okay. So now it's sewing straight. All right, so I am going to turn these inside out and see what it looks like. I'll take these off. I might have to take the fingers up a little bit. Then maybe not. Gonna see how these gloves are coming out. But I do know I have to go around the corners, the inner parts of the gloves a little bit better than what I did. Let's just see. All right. So far it's looking good, but they look kind of weird. Fingers looking a little tight. I know. Take my little handy dandy turner. Get those pushed out. Yeah, they're looking a little skinny. But it might be what it needs in order for them to fit properly. Until that's probably thumb. Okay, let's see here. All right, so here's where I went around that curve a little bit too much. All right, let's see how that's laying out. Okay, so I think this is the thumb part here. Can't tell. Nope, I think this is the thumb. The bigger one is the thumb. Okay. All right, not so bad. I had to break the stitches there because I stitched around the corner, around the curve too much. But okay. All right, so I could actually bring this in a little bit better, but I don't know how to do with the fabric. All right, so not so bad, right? Okay. Yeah, definitely. Now her arm is a little bit. Turn this out a little bit. her arm is a little bit thicker than mine, so I measured it for her bicep. But in order for it to hook to her arm, I might have to take that up a little bit. She might just be a little thicker than me, but not so bad, huh? All right, so I am going to recut these. That came out pretty good. Pretty darn good. All right, and so the this is probably just a little bit, maybe a little bit stretchier. So I'm gonna have to, when I make these, I am going to make these. I gotta check the direction of the stretch so I can make sure that it stretches good around the fingers and around the arm, like that. Yeah. So I can actually turn these into fingerless gloves now, so they won't be lost. But anyway, all right. So that was my test for my gloves. So now I'm gonna get into stitching this dress up. I cut my pattern out for my gloves. I don't know if you saw that. Um, Hang on. So, nope, that wasn't it. Okay, this was the second glove that I cut out. But this is actually the pattern for the glove right here that I cut out. And I basically just traced around my hand when I cut it out. So I'm basically going to I decide, should I just do this again and open this up? Not sure. But anyway, that's the pattern for the glove. You put that aside. I self-drafted the dress. I just took the young lady's measurements and applied them straight to the fabric. Straight to the fabric and cut it out. So I'm going to put that there. So I'll come back to that later. Now I'm going to see how this is going to work in this fabric. This is the front and the back. The back is cut in two pieces. The front is cut on the fold. And I still need to hang on, I need to do something really quick here. So I had to figure out where the center is. Center. Okay, do it this way. Because I gotta add a little, I forgot to cut the center down. Center front, because it has a V cut to it. I didn't cut the V part out yet because I didn't want to cut it too low. This little girl, she's still in 8th grade. But this is the dress that she and her mom wanted. So, still trying to keep it appropriate for 8th grade though. The inspiration picture was a little too revealing. A little V cut. It's a little bit too low cut for 8th grade. 8th grader. All right, so I'm just marking my center and then just taking a little chalk mark and marking that. So when it comes time to marking that V in there, I'll make sure I have it right. Well, hello, Lizzie. How art thou? All right, that's me marking the V. All right, now I need to also mark the split on this dress. That's the lining part of it. All right, trying to decide if I'm going to do a keyhole or a zipper. So I'm going to probably, if I do a zipper, I might do a short zipper, maybe to the waist. We'll see. I think I'm going to do it to about right here. That's where I start sewing. And I already marked my spot for the split. There's a split in the back. I already marked my spot for it. So I am going to sew in between the two. Now I'm going to change the foot that I'm using. If I use a velvet foot, then it's gonna allow the foot to feed evenly. So let's see how far off that push that. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna open this back up just a little bit. All right, there we go. And I'm gonna put on what I call a velvet foot. I need to go grab it. So this is a velvet foot, and basically it just causes the fabric to feed evenly. If you work with slippery fabric, a fabric that slides and moves very easy, this causes easy traction. So I'm going to use that. And I guess that would make sense since the fabric is a velvet. What happens is the top feeds faster than the bottom, but this allows it to feed evenly. Okay, put that there. Put this over to the side. All right, let's do this again. Just pick up where I left off at. I don't know if you can see that, but it feeds a little bit different. Uh-oh. thread decides they want the pop. The joys of sewing. This is the fun part. Trying to thread a needle. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, so that's the back seam that I just stitched up. Now I'm going to lay this out and stitch the front and the back to the shoulders. I'm going to leave. I was gonna say I'm gonna leave. No, I don't have to do that because I think I'm gonna bind the armholes a little bit different. I don't know what I did with my big chunky clips. So what I did the other day, you can see this probably on the first video, part 1, where I cut this out. And I show how I was getting ready, prepping it to sew. Alright, that's one side. And I'm sewing it, stitching it close to the edge because it is a bodycon type dress. Oh, come on. Make sure it's not seem crazy. Need to go ahead and cut off the threads. catching or something. I don't know if it's catching some of the thread. Fabric is very slinky. All right, that's one side. All right, now go ahead and get this other side done. And I'm going to take it to the mannequin. Take it to the mannequin and test it out. See what it looks like. All right. I'm anxious to see how it's going to fit her tomorrow. I'm going to have her over tomorrow for a fitting. Sound like the thread pop. Make me nervous. All right, that's good. I thought I was going to have to use my other machine because sometimes this doesn't behave well. The Juki doesn't behave well on stretch fabric. You know, it is sounding crazy, but it's stitching fine. That don't sound right. Okay, let's see how far back. Nope, right here it start acting crazy. All right, so I'm gonna have to undo the stitches here. You start doing something real crazy. So how far back up? All right, up to that point. Stitches gotta be right. Oh, I see what the problem is. Somehow my thread has jumped out of the tension chamber. Gotta rethread it. Well, actually, I'll have to rethread it just to make sure. I don't know how that happened. That will do it every time. Let me test that. Let me test this. Let's see. For whatever reason, the thread came out of my tension chamber. Anytime it's not threaded correctly, that's what happens. So just have to rethread it, check it out. So I'm gonna cut this here. Since it was kind of wadded up, that'll help break the stitches up. Okay. Put this the rest of the way. All right. Try this again. That sounds better. Yeah, much better. Much, 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 much better. Yep. Then the thread jumps out of the needle. All right. Let's try this again. I'm cutting the thread at an angle when I cut this so it'll slide in the needle, the eye of the needle easier. Supposedly. It works a lot of times, but it depends on if there's any static or anything on the needle. Makes it hard to thread. Then my bobbin, yeah, I'm out of bobbin. That's what it is, bobbin thread. That's just lovely. Let's see if I have one that's already threaded. Don't you hate when that happens when you're almost at the end, like you're at the very end, and your bobbin thread decides it wants to jump out. Sorry about that, y'all. Trying to get this to span back out to where it was. All right. Guess I'm just gonna have to wind one. Well, just give me more thread anyway. I saved the thread that comes off of this. You can see I had like 2 or 3 different, I was going to say 2 or 3 different flavors, but 2 or 3 different colors on it because I keep winding a bobbin color on top of another bobbin color. So, but I collect that thread for other projects. So I'm just going to go ahead and might as well. I don't know if you can see my fingers in blue. You can see the dye from that. That's interesting. A lot of thread, but that's okay. It won't go to waste. All right, so I need to collect me a blue, and I don't have like I use this. Oh, guess what, y'all? I do have another black one in here, so while that's winding, up while the blue is winding up. I can use some of this. So that's good. I'll just go in and use whatever's on this one until that one's all wound up. That should get me to the end of this one, hopefully. Okay. All right, at least it got me to the end, which is, I am grateful to get down there. Okay. All right, that's the other piece I was looking for where I started. All right, so what is that? Oh, that's the shoulder. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stitch up the shoulders. So I think what I'm gonna do is a bias binding. Once I sandwich the lining to it, do a bias binding. Hey, Jana, I'm good. How are you? I'm working on this prom dress. I don't know if you were in on the first video, but I just did a mock of the gloves. So I'm going to recut those in this fabric here. So far it's coming out good. Still haven't decided when I'm gonna do the keyhole or the zipper. I don't know. You missed it? Oh, okay. Well, it's still up. So on the YouTube videos, I keep up. I don't try not to take them down. Um, I've been working on trying to do an intro and an outro. I actually have them, but I haven't posted them yet. I gotta play around with it to see. Thread jumped out again. This is the only thing about working with sequin. Like the needles are finicky. Look at that thread. Put that over there. And the needles get real funny. Are you working on something tonight, Jenna? All right. All right, so I'm going to. You so sleepy. All right, you had a long day. All right, so got this all done. Like I said, it's just a very simple straight dress, but the front of it, I've got to cut the neckline out. Decide how low it's going to be. And then it has a split also. So I'm going to, let me put it up on my mannequin and you'll get to see. All right, let me see which one of the mannequins I'm going to. Hang on. All right, I'm going to turn you guys around this way. All right, so I'm going to use her. One of these days I'm going to do another video of freshening up my dress form cover. The last video I did on creating a dress form cover, y'all like that. I did like, I think it's got like 10,000 something views on it now. So obviously she's much bigger than my mannequin. Y'all, I like that. It's coming along good so far. It's gonna be really pretty. So I left the split open here, so I'm not sure. I think I may just, I'm trying to decide, do I want to do a zip or a keyhole? I love the idea of the keyhole. Trying to decide if I want to keep it like that and do a keyhole. Trying to decide. If I want to keep, just sew it up to here and do a keyhole like that. Of course, it'll be more rounded. So I think it would be pretty. What do you think? I love it, Jana. It is. I love the fabric. So if I don't, I mean, I kind of like the idea of the keyhole. Reason being, I don't have to put a zipper in it. She can almost just kind of step in it and just make it work. But trying to pin this so you could all see it better. It's hard trying to pin this and hold it at the same time. So one of the things though, her is supposed to, I'm gonna work with the front so y'all can see this. All right, so the sleeves, I think I'm gonna try it on her first before I cut it, but the sleeves should come a little bit more over like this. And then there's the V cut. You know what? I probably could just go ahead and cut this open. Maybe because the busts are right here. If I cut it about right here, that should be low enough. Right? It's not showing anything. If she wants it lower, I could always go in there and cut it lower. Alright, so here. go ahead and cut it. Be right back. This is the center front. Get back. I'm trying to see. Try not to take it back off the mannequin. That's what I'm trying to do. But I've got it marked, the center part. Okay. There we go. So yeah, if I cut it to here, I cut it to there. I think that'll be enough. Because like I said, this little girl is 8 years old, y'all. I mean, not 8 years old, sorry. She's in the 8th grade. This is the 8th grade prom. And so I'm trying to keep it modest, but give her the vision of what she's looking at. All right. So this should be fine. And she's got some hips. She's much bigger than this mannequin. I'm wondering if, I don't think she's this big though. No, she's not that big. I didn't pad her out. So, yeah. So it's a sleeveless dress. So just a tank style dress. I'm going to go ahead and cut this. I'm gonna cut this and then use that to cut the other side. Sequins popping. So I think once I do the seam allowance, I do a half-inch. I do a half-inch seam allowance maybe. Then that'll turn that down a little bit more. That should be low enough for a little girl. But I really do think I like the idea of this. decide. I'll stop it about right there. Because she's probably going to wear a bra on her. Trying to decide how I want to shape it though. I can shape it like a heart. Mm, all right. Any thoughts, y'all? Any thoughts on how I should do the keyhole? Should I do a keyhole? I want to cut it like spirits. Okay. All right. I'm stuck, y'all. So I do know that I do want a keyhole. I'm pretty sure of it. Tawanda gave me that idea last night. So, but I'm just not sure how I want to do the keyhole. Close you up. Yeah, so I'm just not sure how I want to do it. I'm gonna look up keyholes, see what I think is best. And I may just wait till she comes over and I try it on her to see. Yeah, I may just wait. I don't know. But I am open to suggestions. I'm moving this over to the side so I can see this a little bit better. Yeah, I'm so tempted to go ahead and cut that out. Could cut it like a heart though. Maybe I'll send her some pictures tonight to see what kind of keyhole she might like. But definitely I'll do the keyhole. All right, and I'm gonna wait till she comes over. Let me measure that width. Yeah, I've got 100 tape measures. Yeah, got trying to decide where they are. All right, the shoulder width is about the same. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna leave it right there for now, and I'll figure that part out when I see her, or I might, if I get some feedback before then, I might just ask her tonight, and then nope, she's a little girl, y'all. I can't can't do it. All right, but anyway, y'all. So I've got the glove made. I'm just gonna recut the glove out of my sequin fabric, and then I'll come back for part 3 while I do this. But everything else is done. It's just a straight dress. Maybe just have a tiny little flare at the bottom, not much. I don't know if you can see that. Just kind of a little fish tail, not too much. And then it has a split in the back right here. I don't know if y'all can see that split. And then this is what I'm trying to decide the closure. But anyway, that part of it is done so far. So I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it. I'm just pinching these in because it kind of gives me a visual of the shape of it. All right. Well, that's it. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I will chat with y'all later.